the extra time?
Just a lot of technique work. We had a lot of things we needed to improve on, run game, pass game, fits, everything. So we just did a great job of trying to, listen to Coach Caldwell and work on the little things because that's what's going to make the difference.
When you play 6 weeks in a row, do the bad habits start to creep in a little bit, things that you just haven't had time to fix as you get through the season?
I think so. I just think the time decreases. I mean, there's a lot of demands, school, film, and so like Coach Caldwell always talks about, the little things are harder to keep up on, and so we were lucky to have that bye week and get to work on those things.
I was going to ask you about Commonwealth career. We're going to talk with him tomorrow, and I know you're a pretty passionate guy. It seems like he's kind of followed in those footsteps or whatnot. What's made him so good this year? How's he been able to make a big jump?
Commonwealth he does, like you said, he does care a lot. He is passionate, and I just think a lot of guys, everybody's different, and for him, I think what helps him is getting up, getting going, getting his energy going, and so once he figured that out, I just think he figured out that it helps him improve, and when he brings the energy, he plays well, and so I've definitely appreciated it, and he gets the guys going, and I think he's doing a great job. Mm-hmm.
Where do you see the biggest difference in him? Coaches have said from spring he was okay, and fall camp, and all of a sudden he's been really, really good. Where do you see the difference?
Just like I said, I just think his energy. He's taking care of the little things a lot better, and it's all a part of the maturation of a player. Though he's still young, people forget, and so after last year, his first time playing, I just think he realized what it takes to be consistent, because that really is the most important thing at this level. Is you can make plays, but to do it consistently and to be counted on is more difficult than it sounds.
When you're facing Fresno State this week, what kind of stands out about them? And I know it's a little bit different not having Derek Carr and guys like that in there, but what stands out when you look at those guys?
Really no difference for us. We want to go out and we want to win the game. They got us last year, and they do a great job. They do a great job passing the ball, and they run the ball a lot better this year. So we got our hands full, and we're excited about it.
Well, going back to the Nevada game real quick, I know the defense gave up 46 points, but when you guys got on the field for that last drive, Tanner made a couple plays, and you made a big play. Despite giving up how were you guys able to answer the call when you needed to?
You just have to have a short memory. I mean, I made mistakes in that game that didn't help us, and so I was thankful to have that last shot to go out there and help the team. And I just think as a defense, you have to have a short memory and know that that was it for us. We needed the team needed us. We needed to step up, and our defense has done a good job this season, and we just knew that at that point we needed to step up. And so I think 11 guys realized that.
How do you feel like your senior season's gone? I mean, I know that at the beginning of it, it's probably mostly us, but talked about you and having to replace a guy like DeMarcus Lawrence. How do you feel like your season's gone so far?
I think I've done pretty good. There's a lot of things I want to really improve on in the second half, though. I think I can be more productive and more consistent. Going into the season, that was my number one goal, was to be consistent, because that's been my problem in the past. And so I think I've done a fair job of that, but I need to continue to be better. And these last 6 games are huge for us. We get to be at home for 4 of them, I think. Mm-hmm. And so I need to do a better job of taking care of the little things.
How do you look at where you guys are at right now? You had the bye, and then you have 2 huge, Friday night games here, and then all 4 of your home games are, tough teams. How do you kind of look at the stretch you guys have and what's upcoming for you guys?
It's all in front of us. We can control our own destiny, and we're excited about that. We've got, some big games at home, and we understand what's in front of us, and we understand to win the Mountain West and to get into that championship game, we have to take care of one team at a time. And it's going to be a competitive second half of the season, but that's why we play the game.
I know you've had Friday games in the past, but is there anything special about playing on Friday night and the fact that I know there are some other channels, I guess, that show other games now too, but for the most part, you're the main game on ESPN the next 2 Fridays. I mean, is there, being a guy that obviously played on Fridays in high school and stuff, is there anything special about playing on Friday night?
I think that, for me, that's the coolest thing is those high school memories are fun, and so to get to do it again on Friday night is always fun, because you just think about the high school days and kind of get into that mindset. And this is another high school Friday night game, and it's fun. It's all fun.
You guys have been a little up and down through the first 6 games this year. It's different things week to week. How do you kind of get that consistency here the second half of the season, and maybe steady the performance a little bit as a team?
I just think, like Coach Caldwell has told you guys, we got to take care of the little things. And I was talking to Commonwealth about that before. It's just you get into the season, you kind of think everything's going to keep going how it's gone, and it's not like that. Football's a hard game. Football, is a weird game, and you need to go home and study your playbook. Even a guy like me that's been around and been in this system, I need to go home tonight and I need to study for 15 minutes, and just like Coach Harsin says, and doing those little things will show up big time on game day, and that's what we all have to do.
As a defense, you guys, I think you've started something like 16, 17 guys already this season. I know you always try not to focus on it, but how hard is that to overcome that kind of injury burden you guys have had on defense?
Honestly, we don't think about it. It's the next man up, and we can't think about that. And like Coach Harsin says, the guy who steps up in place of an injury, there's something expected of him, but there's really more expected of the guys who've been healthy all season and playing. Like myself, I have to play better, and guys that have been in there the whole year have to play better. And so it's our job to carry the flag for the guys who are hurt. So that's our focus right now with all the guys playing in place of injured guys.
Other side of the ball, but how's it affect you guys to lose Matt Miller? A guy like that, the captain and senior, and as productive as he's been.
Well, obviously Matt is one of the greatest Broncos to ever step foot out there, and so but it just comes back to the next man up carrying it on that side of the ball, and we can't think about that. The only thing we can think about is loving up Matt and supporting him, and he's just been so great for this program on and off the field, and so that's really our job, and I know they'll be fine on the other side of the ball.
Haven't had a home game in a while, and I mean, Friday night with Fresno, what are you expecting? Probably going to be a pretty electric atmosphere.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to be pretty electric. I've heard some things that we got a lot of people coming, and so, like I said, they got us last year, and that one hurt. And so we're going to work hard this week, and we're going to try to take care of our jobs and do the little things, and I couldn't be more excited for Friday night.
Does anything stand out about that game last year to you? I mean, I know you said it hurt, but anything stand out specifically?
No, losing stands out. It sucked. It was a one-point game. It was back and forth. It was one of the best games I've ever been a part of, and so that was a tough one. So luckily we get this chance to come out and try to make it a different outcome.